Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today. Divine Dabblings with...
Out of the Zone guy.
And me, Banshee. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We got to do what we can to make room for the star of the show.
Or to make someone happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Poor Sonny. Everybody loves you. All right. Hello, Rhonda. Hello, everybody who made it today. Angel Mary, Angel Rivera, Libra Cell, Violet Ann, Violet Lotus. Not necessarily in the order I just mentioned you.
It's true.
All right. Violet's the keeper of the list, and I've got my list ready. And I've got a card for the collective. I'm going to use my... Get it out here. My Moonology Oracle cards. The original set. There's two sets. I'm going to be reading with the other one on my Material Matters for the collective. Let's see what this will have. Hi, Lou. We'll get you on the list.
Hi, Lou.
Violet Lotus will do that. Well, we're expecting snow tomorrow, 3 to 6 inches. Looks like about 4 or 5 in our neck of the woods, so they say. We'll see. It's going to be mostly a morning event. Okay, these are a little bit tricky, but can you pull one for us? They're right up bright. All right. You got 2.
New moon in Leo.
Ooh.
Confidence is your key to success.
Wow, I went almost right to the page. One page, couple, just almost there. Confidence, your key to success. New moon in Leo. So it heralds the start of a new cycle, when you're going to look and feel more gorgeous, more in the spotlight, more like you have something worth showing off. If you want someone's attention, this card says, it's coming. However, this may not happen all by itself. You have to be willing to do your bit. That means being proud of who you are and what you have to offer. Think of yourself as the king or queen of the jungle and carry yourself accordingly. It's funny they said that because I was just thinking of the Queen of Wands before I read that. This reminds me of the Queen of Wands. This card is also a great omen if you're asking about a creative project you're working on. Alternately, it can herald good news or a new start for your children. So make time to have fun. It's time for you to show the world what you've got. Shine your light, have some pride, spoil yourself. You've earned it. You've turned someone's head. And the teaching is, Leo is a sign of the big and brave-hearted lion, of pride and showmanship and flirting. The energy around the new moon in Leo, and therefore around this card, whenever you pick it, is hot and generous. The energy loves itself, and so should you. If you've been too much of a wallflower, this new moon card and the Leo new moon comes as a reminder that you need to be proud of who you are. And it's interesting because it really does remind me of the Queen of Wands. Also,
Good.
Hey, flirting and everything. Everybody should check in on Mr. O's emotional exchanges tomorrow.
Oh, my.
To find out the skinny on the romantic end of life. You never know. You could get your heart's desire. And speaking of desire, stay tuned for our card of the day tomorrow on our social media channels.
Also, I am offering this week an enchantment For the people who come to the reading, divided up by your elemental sign, it's kind of like a fourth additional card, and I'm using the Enchanted Tarot by Amy Zerner and Monty Farber for that. It's just like an affirmation or a little spell you can do to bring something special into your life.
Nice.
Thank you.
So don't blend into the wall, everybody. You know, this is a time to show the world what you got, you know, and it could prove very lucky for you. Good luck with that. Remember, Leo is also a sign of luck and taking chances.
All right.
All right, let's get rolling with the show. For oracles today, if anybody wants one, I have the Moon, Witch's Moon Magic, or this Moonology deck here. But generally, we read the tarot for the new people here and add in a couple of Lenormands. Okay.
And you know, he's actually off camera. You can't see him.
Oh, nobody can see the man.
He's right here, though.
He's here. TFT's unofficial therapy cat. Let's see if I can get his paw up to be seen. Come on, you. Where's the paw? Here,
Forget about it.
Forget about it. All right, who's up? Well, we've got Angel
Mary.
Mary up. I believe, yes.
Yeah, pretty much. So there's the question. Should I go ahead?
Yeah.
And I'm using the Uncommon Tarot. It's one of the 4 or 5 decks I have with me tonight.
We could probably, for that one, do the 3 card.
Okay.
I think it'll work.
Sure.
What is guidance? Why is it important? And where is this leading? Well, we could, but, you know. Sonny gets plenty of airtime.
If I do, though, the banner won't show.
He likes to show the banner.
It's because I have the camera a little closer to us, but higher up. So, sorry. All
Sonny
right.
will probably sit up at some point. We'll get a view. I'm sure of it.
All right. So, the guidance that you need right now, is that how I asked the question in?
No, it's the guidance. What is the guidance? Because they're asking for the guidance. So what is the guidance?
All right. So, it's the Knight of Swords upright.
The Nine of Swords upright.
Knight.
Oh, Knight of Swords upright. Wow. So what is the guidance you need in your life right now? You know, this is a time to really focus on the decisions and choices that you need to make. Maybe there's some direction, some new course in life that you need to be thinking about, you know, some place or way to focus your energy.
Clearly, you need to challenge yourself. This is like a challenge,
like
a
that.
crusade,
Yeah.
a goal, to set a goal. You know, the knight is moving forward to achieve an objective. So you need to find something that can challenge you. So maybe it's going back to school, or maybe it's learning something new, or maybe it's really taking part in some kind of endeavor or thing that you haven't really done before, but you could move into. It's entry level enough to do that. So why is this important? And it's the Fool, called the Wanderer. A very unhappy cat is meowing in the background. The one that's not on camera?
Yes, that would be sassy.
Yes, you hear mewing.
I
Hi,
think
Sarah. We'll get to your question if you want to stay.
Hey,
and be
Sarah,
on the list.
hang on. We've got a list, and we're going through the list. I forget some of the things you said about this card. Just key point it for me.
Well,
I
it's kind of like, you know, what the guidance you need is something that really challenges you, something that kind of takes you towards a new goal where you can maybe apply yourself in a different way. You know, you might have to learn new skills or new things.
And I, of course, spoke of the idea of choices, decisions you need to really think, maybe a direction in your life. And maybe why this is important is, you know, maybe The challenge is about taking more risks, taking chances on things, not holding yourself back, trusting the universe more to have your back. Maybe that's what the challenge is about in some way.
Well, why it's important
Right.
is because you do need to maybe learn to sit with your instinct, sit with your trustworthy nature, sit with the idea that the universe has your back. I think this is pretty much what Banshee said, so I think it's pretty much the same message coming from me, But it also says in a respect, too, that because the card is called the Wanderer in the Uncommon Tarot, this would seem to also say that it is important for you to really, really follow through on this, really follow through on this quest, to wander towards whatever this goal or experience is that can challenge you and guide you.
Right, and the Fool can be about new adventures, travel. I know you talk about travel a lot, Angel Mary. It can also be about romance, taking a chance on someone or some, relationship. And so, choices, decisions surrounding this. And the challenge is, if you want these things, you have to trust that, you may fail, but if you don't try, nothing happens, right? So, I think that's what this is saying here so far. So where is this leading, Mr. O?
Hey, Anthony.
Anthony, good to see you.
Good to see you. All right, so it's moving towards the Wheel of Fortune, reversed.
Oh, wow. So why is this important?
No, that was this one. This
I
is
know,
where it's moving towards.
Right, and so where is it leading towards?
Okay, where it's leading towards is the idea that maybe there's going to be some real changes in the cycle. There's going to be some ups and downs in terms of things happening that you find to be fortuitous or not so much.
I think it's important to take risks and take this challenge because where this is leading right now is the fact that maybe a downward cycle is coming. And it's possible here, I don't know why when I'm seeing this, it's possible here that your only best way to manage the downward cycle is taking a chance or taking a risk, taking on a new challenge that will get you through difficult times.
Lenormand?
Oh, did I forget? Dang, I did.
I knew you did.
I did. I'm blowing our new system here. All right. My apologies. Apologize.
Apologize!
Wow. Angel Mary, this is so funny. Okay, not really funny, but I've got the tree. And the crossroads.
Crossroads. Kind of another version of the wheel.
In a sense, but of course, maybe, the crossroads is more neutral than the wheel reversed. But, I would say here that this is all part of the growing process. Taking chance, taking risks, accepting challenges to go beyond, step beyond your comfort zone, in order to face adversities is all part of turning points for you that lead to growth.
Right, unless you take some path. I mean, if you just sit there and choose not to decide, as the song says, you're not going to grow. Growth will only happen once you do pretty much seize that challenge, move towards that, embrace the opportunities, even though the spins of luck may have some ups and downs. You kind of have to take a risk. That's also another meaning of the Wanderer or the Fool.
Yeah.
All right.
So if that helped, Angel Mary, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
All right. Let's move on to, I believe it's Libra Cusp.
Mm-hmm.
Libra, you're still here, aren't ya?
I'm going to take a moment to maybe see what I can do with the camera.
Oh, sure. Hey, Anthony, how are you doing there in California? If it isn't snow, it's rain. My goodness. Worried about Californians. Hi, Jose. Welcome. We'll add you to the list if you want a reading.
All right.
Hey, it's okay, Anthony. So much rain. Oh man, I bet.
I think we'll leave it like that, right?
I think that's fine. You'll be more in the picture, and Sonny's in the picture.
And there's a real wobbly thing about the camera.
It may be just a little. Sorry about all the camera jostling.
There's no banner scene, but Sonny is seen.
We wanted to get Sonny in. There we go.
Someone did.
Yeah, we did. All right,
Someone
so it's my deck, and you do the Lenormand this time. Here they are. I'll leave it up there. Sorry.
So sorry if that took too long.
All right.
Oh, great landslides. That's nothing good.
They are talking about landslides. Oh no, Anthony. Be careful there. We're just tired of winter over here. It won't go away. They say we're going to have below average temperatures till the end of March. I am not happy. All right, got it. Okay, let's see what we have. Well, we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is reversed. Oh boy. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed.
Yow. Well, that's not super bad.
Well, and then we have the Ace of Cups upright. Go figure.
Nice. I like that ace. Okay, in Lenormand, we have the cross as our first Lenormand.
Hey, wait a minute here.
Oh. What?
Is Libra even here?
I don't know.
Did Libra leave a question? Because we just shuffled and laid out cards.
Well,
and we didn't even have the question.
We could arbitrarily decide that this is a general reading for Libra, or we could...
You know, we could do that since we went through this.
Hold them and move to the next person.
Libra has done this a few times lately.
Should we
Sorry,
take a
Violet.
vote?
What do you think we should do?
I don't know.
I think we should let it go. We should just do it when she comes back.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's just let it go.
So we are sorry about that.
Sorry about that, but we're moving on, and Libra's going to be at the end of the list. That's it. I know things happen with their life, but we got to move on. All right.
I know, she does normally ask that, but we're not going to assume.
All right. Asel. I believe Asel is up.
Yeah, that was so weird when it did that. I mean, they're especially more from where your folks live, too, because it's a little colder up there. With us, we didn't get quite the snow, but literally the next day, boom, it's just melting away. So, Michigan.
So, Michigan. But it looks like what we get might stick around for a few days because it's going to stay in the 30s now, I think, for a while. So, I don't know. And there is more wet weather coming. I know that. I don't know what form. I don't even think the weather people know sometimes.
So, this is happening too with Asel, where they pop in early, they don't leave a question, and then we can't find them when.
Hopefully you're here, Asel. We'll give you a minute. I want to remind everybody, while we have a moment, about our new show, our video show. Really, it's an old show reimagined. It's called Your Weird Week. It's on Mondays, and it's about, well, politics, social issues, sometimes global, sometimes more U.S. It depends on where we feel the cards are going. And I think, and what we do too is the week following, we recap our previous week's reading, and we see how we fared. And I'll tell you what, these cards really hit the target for a couple things in the news this week, and we will be covering that in our recap of our Weird Week. So stay tuned and watch the show and see what the next Weird Week will bring.
Thanks, Violet Ann. Are you next anyway? Because we'll probably just move on to you.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead to Violet Ann and Asel at the bottom of the list.
Did you want to use your deck again, or should we switch off anyway?
I'll use my deck again. That's
all right.
It's all right. I have it out, so.
So I think we're going to have a brainstorm about that. We either need, because I really don't like stopping the show's energy that long, especially when
I think we
two or more pile up.
still have to factor in the delays that we have.
I agree, but
So.
I still think that there's a better way to handle this. Like maybe the person needs to give us their question right away. And we write it down. One of us writes it down. And then
So everybody gives their questions so we have them, and...
Well, those who know that they're not going to hang around
Oh.
or that they have a bigger delay, they might want to do that.
I think some people don't know, but, okay, we can talk about it.
Okay.
Well, somebody gets a phone call, and then they realize they have to take it. So,
That's true, but usually, that happens with Divine or some other people, and they tell us, I have to take this call. So it's
Okay.
just a courtesy thing, because
So
we got to keep
Violet-
it going.
Violet Ann wants to know about money. Ah. Well,
Thank you, Violet. We want to do this. Between the three of us, we should be able to kind of manage this better. It shouldn't just be on you either.
yeah. We'll figure it out.
We will.
All right.
Soon, just like the microphone thing that
Well,
we're supposed
Violet
to work
Ann,
on.
anything you need to know about money, right? Well, just make okay. It's the Page of Pentacles reversed. It's the Sun reversed. But it's the Two of Wands upright.
What you need to know, it ain't going to be easy, maybe. I'm sorry, in jest. But look at this. This is kind of interesting because in the Lenormand, I have the heart and I have the bouquet. So maybe somehow a gift comes to you that you really love. And of course, maybe the biggest gift would be money, would be, a gift card or, something like that.
Well, it just seems like things are sluggish and slow, and maybe, I don't want to point fingers per se, but this card talks about maybe feeling uninspired and unmotivated because, you can't seem to, things just that you want, that you've initiated don't seem to be getting off the ground. And, there's clear pessimism, disappointment, with these delays or things just not coming through. The Two of Wands just says to me that, it just may take a little more time. It just may take a little bit more time for manifestation to happen, and maybe a more careful look at your plans, and strategies going forward. But it just seems to me that this is saying something that you have in place may eventually pay off. And maybe that's what's reflected here in the bouquet and the heart, in that the bouquet can be about joy, the bouquet can be about a gift, it can be about receiving something that makes you happy. And since this was about money, I can only say that. And I feel here that you'll be very heartwarmed by this, maybe it'll be coming through the business that matters most to you, or maybe in fact, maybe the job market will look up if you're looking for a job, and you will achieve something that you truly desire.
Well, I do agree with Banshee that I think there's a lot of timing that probably, doesn't suit you that works here. But some of it seems to be caught up with the idea that, there still are other things that you need to figure out how to manage adequately within that frame. But when I look at this Page of Pentacles reversed, the feeling I actually get is that this is saying you might want to consider putting some education into or learning into things that are more functional stuff, like learning a backup skill that isn't necessarily office related or something like that, something like how to do plumbing, So I just sort of feel like it's less than abstract or thinking kind of stuff. It's more functional, hands-on stuff. And I still feel like this would say this would be an investment too, that you would have to consider how much you want to do that, because it would probably take time and money too. But it may be a viable plan in terms of the long range. The other things kind of just suit that sensibility to me too. There's something about really thinking of planning in a longer sense range. And I think the backup idea of You may not like it, but just trying to find another skill level that can correlate with earnings for you. But like I said, this is outside of that. This does sort of feel like maybe there's a gift that you can appreciate that maybe is monetary could be coming to you too, or something that will really, boy, your spirits help you out.
I was thinking about this as I was, ruminating over what I said about the cards here. And I feel here that even though things are kind of sluggish and slow right now, I wonder if this is just saying here, seeing this, that maybe you don't realize it, but people really do appreciate and value you for what you do. Now, if only we can translate that into some money, huh? But I do feel here that there may be the sense of, you provide some joy and you provide, some happiness to others. And, you should take heart in that. I really think you should. And that's what we see right now more than the money coming in. I feel the Two of Wands is very hopeful, though, because it does seem to indicate something's on the horizon, Something's on the horizon, and you should plan for things to change, I really think.
It actually does look like, too, it would be a busy period, so it might just be kind of rolling with some unexpected stuff, too.
So good luck with that, Violet Ann.
Good luck, Violet Ann.
All right, Angel Rivera, what do you got?
He wants your
Oracle.
Moonology.
Okay, Moonology, absolutely. All right. My problem with having my deck hiatus is I can't pass up a good sale. And the Moonology decks were incredibly on sale at Hay House. They had a flash sale where one was $10 and the other one was $12. And I'm like, seriously?
I think someone's laughing at you.
Uh-oh. Hiatus. Yes, Angel. Hiatus.
Don't you know that hiatus spelled
Hi,
sideways
Johnny.
is can't resist? Hi, Johnny.
All right.
We can if you're willing to wait, or you could leave the question and come back later when it suits you. We could try to, give you the navigation and know where your reading will be. But we have a number of people that are in front of you.
Well, this is full moon in Aquarius, and it says, show the world the real you, which is kind of interesting. It almost goes in with our card for the collective a little bit here, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
New moon, and it's full moon. Aha. Full moon in Aquarius. All right. It says to brings a message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Well, you wanted a general oracle pull, so if you have a situation that this could apply to, someone might be keeping you at arm's length right now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. In a relationship, are you being too aloof or detached? Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming for you. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You are too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. The situation is going to take a very unexpected turn. So the teaching is every full moon is a time to release and let go. but the addition of Aquarian energy to the mix triples that message. Aquarius is the opposite of the clingy, and pulling this card at any time suggests either you need to let go or someone is thinking they are the ones who need to let go, perhaps of you. What needs to go? What is the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected. Doesn't this just sound all over the map like Aquarius? It does.
A little bit.
Let's see what you've got to add to that before I go into this.
The dog. Followed by the mice. Well, at least they're both mammals.
Oh my gosh. Trouble with friends or colleagues, maybe, that was kind of indicating this here, Angel, in a way, because it talked about people letting you go or you letting them go. Sometimes we just have to let people be, but in the process of, let them argue to the wind or whatever, let them get things off their chest or whatever. But the thing is, don't let them stop you from being the real you. I think that's the message of this card, because this is definitely indicating some troubles with somebody you know. I mean, it could mean somebody you know is ill, and maybe that could wreak havoc on things, another person who's out sick at the workplace for a period of time.
Are you trying to combine this with that card?
I am.
Okay, yeah, and it's a little harder for me to do that, but clearly there just seems to be the idea that, this is hitting around, maybe your circle, maybe people who are close to you, and the Lenormand is just expressing the idea that maybe others might be impatient with what you're going through or won't contribute, greatly towards its progress. Maybe you need to be a hermit during this time period.
Well, whatever the situation, whether it involves people or, some circumstance at work that maybe, or, even in the family that may be causing some consternation or arguments, if you can kind of detach yourself from it, it'll probably be for the best, I think that's the message here for whatever reasons. And you're right, you said there's no troubles now, but that's what could be coming. So pay attention for that, Angel. Good luck with that.
All right, Angel.
The Hermit, well, I saw that. My favorite card, of course, is the Hermit card. And it's always good to have that little downtime and kind of pull back, especially in kind of contentious moments.
Hi, Mr. Maurice.
Hey, Mr. M. Yeah, you do, Libra. We got to put you at the bottom when this happens. I'm sorry. So you could leave your question if you gotta, if you gotta do something.
Yeah, we're just thinking that people need to maybe, if they know they're not going to stick around or need to leave, they should leave us the question, and we'll do it in the same order. Then, if we get that, otherwise we would have to, throw you down the list. So, but we'll figure it out.
Mr. M is here. All right, cool.
Okay, that's fine, Libra. Thank you.
All right, so is it Rhonda? Rhonda's up, I believe.
I think it's Rhonda.
Yes, hi, Rhonda.
Okay.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, that's fine. And, we don't mind if people need to leave and stuff. Hey,
Yeah.
We realize we take a long time. You have to wait for us.
We get it, but we got to keep rolling the show, though, or we'll be going into major overtime. So I think it's your deck
You
this
like
time,
that, though.
right?
I know.
I like some overtime. I mean, I'm okay with some, but I don't want to do it all nighter.
Speaking of all-nighter,
Uh-oh.
we are still thinking about TFT
Oh, no.
at the Witching Hour, a show that we would do pretty much this show, only we would do it like at the ungodly hour of 2 or 3 in the morning, and we'd probably do it for an hour to 90 minutes. So we're thinking of the first one. We're going to do this quarterly. I think that's what we're coming up with. We'll do it quarterly. Every 4 months, every 3 months, we could probably handle staying up that ungodly hour, getting up then. So the first one's probably going to be on Walpurgisnacht, April 29th or something like that. April 30th, whatever it is.
Why don't you just put it on February 28th? The
February 29th, then we only have to do it once every 4 years.
Well, there is no 29th this year.
So we won't have to do it for this year. Oh, wait, we missed it anyway.
Hey, Rhonda, are you here? We've got people, we're waiting on. So last call from Rhonda.
Another reason why we want to do that is because we have a lot of folks from the other side of the globe, and it's very different hours for them. So we thought this would be a little way of saying, like, there, okay, now we're there at your hour, you know.
Violet, we demand you be there. We're just kidding. But if you're having one of those sleepless night moments and it's that night.
That's the other appeal, too. I know a lot of people who are total night owls who are just cruising the internet at 3 or 4 in the morning, whenever,
Hey, we could get a lot of trolls and it might be a real bad thing.
Could be funny.
I don't know. Us against the trolls.
Well, I guess we're going to have to move on from Rhonda if they didn't show back up.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Rhonda.
I don't know why we're having problems today, but we are. So, who's next? Is it?
It would be Lou, I believe.
Lou may have left a question. Okay, I think Lou left a question. Well, it'd be fun to see you there, Johnny. So I think, that, like I said, we'll clarify, but the first one will be April 30th or something like that.
Yeah, not right away. We're still working on trying to fit in tarot talks and some other stuff we're doing.
We're trying to do too much.
I've been really lax. I've been playing with Canva a bit more. I actually have now 2 videos in the work. Can I ever finish one project?
Would you concentrate on finding Lou's question, because I know they left it.
You sure?
Here it is.
Well, Violet usually catches that. Wants to know about love, and they've been seeing men lately. Okay.
All right.
All right. Got it, Violet.
Yeah, Mr.
Thank
Reese. Thank you, Violet.
Was this your deck or mine? Because I did the
It's
oracle
mine.
for Angel.
It's mine.
Okay, then go for it. And stop. Stop with the...
Baleful stare.
We have only one violator on this show.
Then I'll be the Oberonator. No, I can't. Because
The Oberonator. Hey, Ramen Deep, we'll get you on the list.
Hi, Ramen Deep.
All right.
So basically a dating kind of question?
Yeah, about love, just kind of general about love. They have been seeing people lately.
Are we going to just do a regular 3 cards?
I think so,
Okay.
just to see what pops up, see if there's any kind of...
Thank you, Ramandeep. We're doing okay.
We are doing fine.
Okay, card 1. Is that a sword or wand? I think it's a sword. But maybe it's a wand.
I don't know about this deck, Mr. O. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, well, it's the 7 of Wands.
Okay. Yeah, and actually, that does remind me of the 7 of Wands, the person's stance.
The star reversed. By the way, this is the neon tarot, so it's incredibly bright, and it's sort of Japanese, Asian themed. So some of the images we've been learning to master, to put it kindly. Okay, and this is the swords.
There you go. Now you
10
know.
of swords.
So yeah, that definitely looks like a wands because.
Yeah.
All right, and
So
I
it's
have
7, right? Okay.
Yeah. the bear and the letter. All right, so let me get this one again. That's
10
the
of swords.
10 of swords. Holy moly, star reversed. Well,
Star
I have to
reversed.
say, Lou, you said you've been seeing people. Some of them may not turn out to have your best interests at heart. You may find out. And don't let it get you down too much. You know, if you're seeing more than one person right now, don't let it get you down so much that there is some people, but do be careful. I see you here standing your ground, kind of maybe Do you feel like sometimes you're in over your head, or that, that this is getting a little bit too competitive? Maybe you're kind of trying to keep everything, together or above it all. The Ten of Swords indicates a real stab in the back, though. That kind of bothers me. To me, it just means that somebody has either ulterior motives. They're not really true blue. And so you got to watch yourself in a clinch. But I will say this. You're going to be receiving a lot of invitations, a lot of things, and it's going to make you feel very self-empowered. So stand up for yourself. I like this bear, and I like it with the Seven of Wands here, because it shows that you can stand up for yourself. You can take care of yourself in clinches, and there may be some, but I do think that you're going to enjoy a lot of attention right now in the love department.
So, hey Lou, thanks for coming today. The Seven of Wands does see you kind of like standing out there, taking care of yourself, holding the line. And since we're asking about love, so maybe you're like kind of in a situation where love has a vigorous kind of atmosphere around it, so it could be casual dating that just sort of has a lot of energy attached. It's a fast scene, so maybe there isn't necessarily it's semi-polyamorous, something like that. I don't know what I'm saying there, but just sort of seems to have that idea that you're in charge of your love life, and that maybe there's a lot of activity there, or there's a lot of things you have to kind of uphold. So having said that, that star reversed sort of looks like maybe you're not really finding exactly what you want, whether it is a more steady partner or more access to other casual dating. Maybe you're not finding that, or you're not inspired by what you find. And the Ten of Swords does look a little bit, I don't know. So I'm thinking, like, since I sort of suggested that maybe there was a semi-rough crowd or semi-vigorous activity here, this could be saying, like Banshee says, that you're lining yourself up for some, smackdowns, or some, nothing necessarily physical. I can't say that I predict physical, but maybe just really a real change. But the kind of thing that sort of leaves you saying, I can split this scene, I can move to a different scene. There's the sun, the light at the end of the tunnel there.
I also, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I wasn't ready.
I was looking at that Seven of Wands again, and I also feel here that Seven of Wands could indicate to me, Lou, don't let people pressure you. Don't let people pressure you into decisions you don't want to make, and if you want to go slower or whatever, don't let situations pressure you. I somehow feel that here, and stand up for yourself. I think that's what this is about.
The Lenormand, some sort of communication or interchange with somebody, some news that comes to you really gives you the resolve to continue the way you want to continue, whether it's changing any of that or not. This is just really saying the substance of your own evidence, your own reality, however that comes to you as news, says you're doing what you should be doing. So you're in a scene you can handle, I guess.
Hey, we always have room for a crazy guy. Hi, crazy guy.
Hi, crazy guy. You came to the right place.
I love your name. Welcome to the show. You're certainly able to get on the list at this point. We've had a few people come and go, so...
Yeah, if you think you're not going to stick around because we do gab a bit and take a while, leave your question if you really want us to read for you.
Yeah. And Violet, don't forget to put Libra back on the list. I think Libra left us a question, so we can do that for her at the end. All right. So that's what we had for Lou. That was an interesting reading, Lou.
It was pretty interesting. Thank
Good
you
luck
for
with
coming
that.
today and sharing with us that.
And...
Is it Jose? I don't know.
No, I think it's Sarah, but yes, Sarah. Are you with us, Sarah? I hope you haven't left.
Oh, thank you, crazy guy. That's very sweet. Appreciate that. So Sarah is next.
Awesome, crazy guy. Thank you.
And did we already have a question from Sarah? I don't remember.
I don't think so. Did Violet post one? No.
I just asked just to kind of keep things moving. So while we're waiting for that, I will mention that, of course, we are back on Sundays from 2 to 4 p.m. And we're doing pretty much the same thing. It's a very busy show, so if you are coming, get early. If you don't think you're going to stick around, leave a question. At some point, we will have to close the list because it's just busy, and we're only willing to go into overtime so much.
Looks like Sarah may no longer be here.
What?
Oh, wait. Sarah asked what are H romantic's feelings towards me. Okay. Well, we get back together.
Okay, so it's yours, right?
Yeah.
I'll take the Lenormand. There they are.
I'll use this one.
Hi, Kara.
Hi, Kara. Of course, we're going to add Kara. Sunny would have it no other way.
Yeah, it's probably right. I mean, we'll make those exceptions possibly. I'm going to leave it in her hands.
No, the list can close at 8, so you're close, Violet. 8 o'clock will close the list. But the way it's going, a lot of people have disappeared, so we may have more of that. And actually, we do have Sarah's question, though, so that is good.
Right.
I want to look at it again. Where H's romantic feelings. We'll get back together. Kind of two-pronged, but let's see what it looks like. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
No, you did not do that. You did.
Oh, that?
Yes.
Well, someone had to do it.
Somebody had to do it. Silly man. All right. Whoa. Well, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is upright. The Eight of Swords is reversed. The Queen of Pentacles is upright.
Oh, you handed it to me reversed, though.
I'm sorry, reversed. It is reversed.
All right. And the Lenormand are anchors away, and garden.
Actually, that's the page, the dame.
The dame? Where's the dame at? Over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a reversed page of pentacles.
Yeah.
And a Knight of Wands that's upright. Okay.
I wanted to be sure about that. There are queens in here, so... All right. So H's feelings, and will you get back together? I don't know. This is kind of a card. This is kind of interesting here. On the one hand, we have the speedy Knight of Wands. He's a mover. He's moving towards something, I feel. I don't know whether he may have somebody else or if he is just focused on something else like his career right now. The Eight of Swords is reversed, and that kind of indicates to me that, he's feeling his freedom. He's feeling like, he wants to be free for a while, I almost think. And I think that's where he wants to stay.
Well, I see the Eight of Swords reversed. Yeah, they're moving towards something different. They're releasing themselves from whatever they felt held them back. They may have a new attitude about moving away quickly, maybe feeling charisma.
Oh gosh, and I didn't even realize with those Lenormand.
I know.
The anchor's here, but also the garden. I really almost feel like he's, I don't know if he's involved with somebody else seriously right now. It's Sarah, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Sarah. But I would say that it seems like he's anchored in wanting to be very social, right now. Maybe playing the field, maybe, playing the dating game for a while is my guess. I don't know.
My question would involve saying that this person maybe, even if they have cared for you, still care for you, they seem to be charismatic and on the move at times. Maybe they have elements of being a player kind of thing, but I don't want to say that's a bad thing. It's just that maybe they're a restless spirit and they're not really necessarily ready to settle down, or
Again.
they feel penned in. They feel like they have to escape, and maybe they're slightly immature in this regard.
I like
The
that.
Page of Pentacles
Yeah.
could be saying that they're still sort of looking at physicalities as being more important or drawing to them than abstract things. But I liked what Banshee said here. It's probably what I pretty said too, that, I think they're enjoying being
Social.
in a social lifestyle.
Maybe entertaining, whether they want to go to sports all the time, bars, they seem to like a social scene right now and being out with people. If it's not for the purposes of dating, then it's just the purposes of having fun. I don't know. That's where the cards are leaning right now. Do you want to do a quick yes, no on this? I'll let you shuffle and I'll count them.
Okay.
Take my cards and you can shuffle and count them.
And of course,
We're going to ask if, you will ever get back together again. I think that was the second part of this question. I don't see anything right now, that's for sure.
yeah,
But let's see if the cards give this any hope. I always tell people, just move on with your life. You never know. Usually, if things are meant to come back, they will come back once you've decided to let it go.
I don't feel there's ill feelings. I sort of feel like they're just interested in what's going on in their life now, what changes are coming. Well, if we inspired you, we like that,
Oh, that's awesome.
And you may want
Good.
to check out Tarot Talks when we get around to it. We're going to do another session perhaps this month.
These are special Zoom sessions we're doing for free where we chat up the cards a bit. We maybe give a little advice, but we talk about some different tools. We talk about ourselves. We can learn about you. We play some games, some kind of metaphysically oriented games, tarot games. And it may involve readings. It's going to evolve and morph and be different all the time. But it'll be about an hour, 40 minutes to an hour that we spend with people. And it'll be groups of 15. So it'll be by invitation only for a little while we beta test
Are you
this.
shuffling too? No.
No, just you. I'm going to count them. Pick them up. All right, Sarah, we want to really look at this and see what the hopes are for the future. I know. It's one of the extra cards,
Oh, okay.
but that's okay. So we have, it's the Emperor reversed. It's called the God in this deck. We have Healing reversed.
That's an extra card in this deck. It's not a
Right.
traditional tarot.
And we have the Ace of Cups upright.
Now, this style of reading was basically looking for aces through 3 piles of no more than 13 each. And each ace counted more positively towards yes. So with only one ace, your chances of this question being yes seem to be diminished.
It's diminished. It's leaning towards no. It seems as though this person, I don't know if, there was any cheating or if there was any, I don't want to say cheating, but I mean, it seems to me that they're rather, I don't want to say immature, but they're kind of scattered.
They didn't take advantage of all of their powers or abilities that they could have. The Emperor is somebody who knows exactly how to do things or how to get other people to do things. He knows really what leadership and attraction to people is about. It's reversed. Different.
Yeah, in the relationship area, I was thinking that this might mean that he just seems to lack a little bit of self-control, for one. But also some discipline, because the emperor really is guided by, caring about himself and others and the things around him. He seems careless to me. And it feels as though he does not want to heal this right now. So I'm not going to say never on this because it's not a definite no, Sarah, but it is heavily leaning towards no, which tells me, you ought to think of just moving on with your life. And if it happens again, it's going to happen again. But I don't see the signs of it right now. And, I think he's moving into a different mindset.
And that's what we have.
So good luck with that. I'm sorry I didn't have better news for you, Sarah.
And we need to kind of step it up a little bit here.
We're doing fine. It's 8 o'clock. She's going to shut the list. We're doing fine.
Hi, Anthony.
You are up, Anthony.
Let's see if we can get an
And
anchor.
Anthony was wondering if social life will become more fulfilling. Starting to hang out with people from work a little bit, but wondering what the cards say for the next few weeks. Social life. Okay.
And let's see if Anthony gets the anchor, because, usually he does.
No, I think Anthony is all done with the anchor.
Well, unless it's about a good thing, like maybe
Well,
he should
yeah.
be anchored
Well,
to
yeah.
a good social life,
True that.
And for those who don't know, Anthony is our friend that we met and is formerly from Michigan, now lives somewhere else.
Oh, in the wet state. Poor, I keep seeing these commercials about why I want to move to California, live in the
To the
dream. And
devil.
I know it might be the dream for you, but from what I'm seeing weather-wise right now and stuff, and then we throw in the earthquake angle, it's not the dream for me. I'll deal with the cold here.
Anchor, devil. I'd go with the devil.
Ah, yes, right. He's on to the devil now. Oh, man. If it comes up, you've jinxed the cards, Anthony.
All right. First card is the High Priestess reversed.
It's not the devil.
All got golden and shiny there. Let's see where she shows up better. Nowhere. So take it from me. It is that. Second card is Page of Cups upright. And final card is Fool reversed.
Yikes.
Yikes indeed.
Only one good thing there, and only one good thing here.
The Stork. Oh.
It's not an anchor,
Dead
but
Stork.
you don't want to be in that box either. So, the stork in the coffin. So, things seem murky right now, and yeah, you feel like things in your social life are rather uncertain. You can't get a bead on what's going on, what you should do next, maybe. I'm looking at the Fool reversed here, and, I don't know if it fits into this. Maybe I need to go back to this. So the Page of Cups upright could indicate to me that there could be some new things happening in your social life. Maybe some invitations that could bring you joy to some events or getting together with friends or romantic interests, because of course, the page could be about the beginning of a romance or at least a date, at least going somewhere. And ultimately, though, with this Fool here, it's just cautioning you, hey, or it's maybe saying, but you know what? If you want things to happen in your social life, maybe even if things look unclear, you have to be willing to consider how much risks you want to take or don't. Maybe there is some things you're afraid of initiating or, maybe you need to get the ball going, but you're fearing taking that leap. Sometimes the Fool can be about misadventures and missteps, and this is not a time to take a risk, but also it can be about taking, the fear of taking a risk, and that might be holding you back.
Well, I feel that combined with that Page of Cups, which is really kind of a forward movement towards social interactions, in this case, as you asked the question, I feel it just says there's not great danger, but there's always the idea that, maybe, the scene will be kind of varied and not easily predictable as you start to know more people or start to find other scenes to glom into. You may find that there's, differing sensibilities there, and it may be a little kooky for you, it may not. I think the overall idea with the High Priestess reversed maybe is that you're not really feeling the vibe in terms of something you're expecting to see, like, feel like it's going to be a good thing or bad thing. You don't feel that. So it really is about the adventure of the Fool, which could, this is why, you're the Page of Cups here, because you really don't know where it's going to go. You have to kind of press forward there. And I think...
Yeah, what do you make of that?
Well, I think this could be saying that if there is, in terms of your question, something new you had been thinking about, like maybe somebody said, well, if you're willing to drive to this next town over, they have a great club, blah, 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 blah. That idea may not work out for you for some reason. Maybe there'll be a landslide on the highway and you'll have to turn back. But no, I'm just being bad. But I get the feeling like if there wasn't something particular new you were thinking of, in terms of your question, something new about your social life, it may not be the best idea.
Yeah, I haven't covered that yet either. And, I'm thinking about it here. And...
sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I can't...
having knee pains.
Sorry. I can't help but wonder if this is saying that, you have to let go of this fear of taking a chance, taking a risk on something in order to initiate new relationships, new friendships, whatever in your life. There's something you have to let go of. If it's not a fear of taking a chance, taking a gamble, initiating things on your own, maybe this Page of Cups is here because it's on you, to be that messenger, to try to make things happen in your life. I feel here that something has to be let go of in order to achieve this fresh start, a new cycle in your social life.
I like that better than what I said, actually.
So, yeah. That's what I see. It's kind of murky right now, and it may not happen right away, but I do feel something to do with risk here, taking a chance on something. And, it may pay off for you. I don't know why. I don't see the other. Oftentimes, the first thing I say when I see the Fool is, don't do that. Don't take any risks at this time. This one I'm saying is, why are you afraid to take that leap? It's time to maybe consider taking a leap and initiating something. So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
All right. Thanks, Anthony.
We are on, I think it's Jose. Hi, Jose. And thanks, Anthony, for coming. Good to see you. Virtually.
You're welcome. Hang in there, Johnny. I know you asked a few minutes ago. It's not your turn yet, but you're after this next reading. Jose wants to know about the future of their job.
Okay.
All right, Violet, we got it.
Thanks, Violet.
Thank you. The list is closed.
Yep.
don't forget our fabulous happy hour is on Saturday, this Saturday.
Now, happy hour, you just get a single card message from Spirit. There's no questions we take. We just try to uplift everybody and give you a motivational message for your week ahead.
Appreciate that, Johnny.
We're getting there, Johnny. First card is the Eight of Pentacles. That's interesting. And it's upright. All
Thank
right.
you, crazy guy.
The second card is Judgment. Judgment is reversed. Ooh. And Justice is reversed.
Yes, we have a lot of fun. We love each other on Happy Hour. It's a lot of fun. So in Lenormand, we have the mice. But afterwards is the star.
Huh. Wow, you certainly have a mixed bag here, and I can see why you may, well, I don't know if this is why you're worried. So I guess I have some questions going along here, going forward. You said about financials and money, and, your future status on the job here. The good news is the Eight of Pentacles is here upright, and it shows you working. I hope that means you are working because it shows you working. It seems as though, according to this, that all should be well with the way you are performing your work. But then I see these two cards and I wonder, are you worried about people who are judging you or criticizing your work right now? Is there something else going on? Maybe they're judging like people's if you have enough to do, they're looking at the bottom line things and they're thinking of laying off. There seems to be some imbalance, some unfairness, either with judgments being made or assessments, or potentially maybe with your compensation for the work that you do. Now, that being said, I do feel that ultimately there is some stress, there is some tension, there is some worries, but ultimately you have the star here, and I think there's reason for hope that, that things will work themselves out.
So yes, I see these potentials that, in terms of your job, your job, you seem to be a valuable member there, you do your job well. But it is unusual to see both justice and judgment reversed.
Yes.
So it is a little daunting to look at that and wonder exactly what that is. It almost does have a sense of both being personal and professional, or however you want to look at it. Like maybe there is a scrutiny going on, there is a judgment going on.
And it's not necessarily fair.
That's true, right. That would be, we would really have to say that maybe this could indicate that there is somebody who is disposed against you. There's nothing that clearly looks like there's really a bad outcome in terms of an actual legal entanglement or separation from your job, but maybe you're going to be on a probation for a while, or maybe you're going to just sort of be scrutinized for a while, or maybe you're going to have a sense of advancement sort of being blocked or not as fair as you thought it might be to advance there. You may actually want to, consider where other options could lead.
Sure, the thing is that you should keep your options open. I totally agree with Mr. O on that. It's interesting here because I think part of the message is you just need to keep doing good work, It may be that you don't feel ultimately that you are being, appreciated enough for what you do. And the funny thing is, when this card comes up reversed and it's upright, That's what I usually say about this card as well. You feel you're underperforming because you feel underappreciated and you're not getting value for what you're doing. But here I see that in these cards. It's almost as if you're trying to do your best, and you feel like things are stacked against you, whether it's financially or whether it's, people. And it's troublesome. There's a lot of stress, there's a lot of trouble. So, the best way to give yourself hope is to make sure you have options. And so I like to tell people, keep your options open. Why not look at jobs? Why not see what else you might be qualified for? And why not throw some resumes out there? It could boost your morale to go to interviews. You don't have to take a job if you don't want to leave where you are, but it may at least let you know that, you're worthy.
Jose indicates that they have a new boss, so that could explain the sense of extra scrutiny or sort of being judged right now.
And the stress.
And of course, to be fair, this could be going on around you too. If there are other employees, they may be affected as well. But I'm wondering if you think it would be valuable to pull the bottom card and see what that says.
I could look.
We do this sometimes just because we might sense it could help. Hopefully. Well, it's reversed.
Yeah.
So you have the Ten of Swords.
But it's reversed.
And it's reversed. And it literally says, in most jargon, that it's sort of like a way out of something bad, a way of reversing bad fortune, of reversing people's bad intentions. It's kind of a righting of a situation that maybe was going really against you. So we could say that maybe this too will pass, that the situation will get better.
I think the situation could improve, that maybe this is just this is a period of everybody kind of becoming familiar with one another. A new boss wants to assert themselves to, and other people, of course, want to make themselves look better than the others in the boss's eyes. So the best advice is to keep on working hard there, Keep your options open. And I feel with the Ten of Swords reversed, it's indicating to me that it's highly possible in time that the dawn will break, the light will return, and stresses will ease. Maybe this is just a growing pains period, and you will get through this. But it's not without its stress. So do get enough rest, try to be calm, and like I said, do things that might at least pick up your morale and make you feel worthy, and that you have options in case anything does go south. But that's what we have for you right now. Feel free to come back and ask again. Well, what do you want me to do? You answer that.
I think we'll take Andrea.
Okay.
It's 1:15, and we have trickled a little bit, so let's, on advisement,
we
take Andrea.
closed our list, Andrea, but we will take you. Just if you can't stay, please leave your question. So we have that, and we'll do the reading for you by the end of the show. But that's it, and we will close the list again after that. Okay, who is up next? It's Mr. Maurice.
Thanks, Jose. I hope you like that.
Oh, no, it's Johnny. Johnny is next.
It's Johnny is next.
Hi, Johnny. We gotcha. All right. And then Mr. M after. Okay.
Right.
Thank you. All right. You're very welcome, Jose. Come back anytime.
Violet, if you really have to leave, you can always leave at whatever point. We can certainly handle it when it gets to that point. There won't be
And you can leave your question for us.
Yeah. You can leave your question for us. So, Johnny, I know you were asking a question about Lisa and the relationship. And I think it was actually written down somewhere too, so maybe I need to just scroll up and find it. Or if you're here, Johnny...
Don't remove your question, Mr. M. Just keep it there. We'll get to you next, okay? Thank you. Have we forgot about Johnny? That was my bad.
No, I just know that they had wrote their question earlier, so I'm scrolling for it.
Is way okay. About Lisa, yeah, it's something.
Wondering if they'll get back.
If Lisa and you will get back together. Okay, let's see what the cards say. Let's see what it looks like today. You're your deck, Mr. O.
I know, and I'm going to use the Final Rose Tarot, which is the lovely gold embossed edges. It's actually a tie-in with the reality
Are we
game, The
doing
Final
3
Rose.
cards, or what do you want to do for
We
that?
can do 3 cards. Well, that's 2 questions, isn't it? We're going to have to pick one because I'm not going to...
What are 2 questions?
Johnny wants to know about getting back with Lisa. Or being in a relationship in July and August.
Oh, not sure we'll be able to see that, but maybe we will. You never know. I may have an answer to that.
Well, I'm going with the first question.
Oh, I'm going, but I just see something in here that could answer that, okay? All right? All right.
Of course you are.
Oh, you'll see.
First card is the King of Cups. The single dad, it says underneath. That may or may not be you. The next card is the Eight of Flutes, or the Eight of Cups, and it says self-elimination. That's the Eight of Cups, sort of. We know what that means. And then the final card is the Ten of Roses. And it says a shoulder to cry on. And the Ten of Roses is the Ten of Wands.
Okay.
The suits are altered slightly for the benefit of this deck.
What are swords in this deck?
Swords are mirrors.
Oh, yeah. Got it. Got it.
Okay, so we just did this as a regular 3-card
Oh.
reading. And Banshee drew in Lenormand the Stork
What does that tell you?
and the Sun.
Yep. All right. You want me to go or you go?
The King of Cups could be representing you. The King of Cups is a kind, benevolent kind of personality.
Did you
It may
steal
be
my
somebody who's gentle. It may be somebody who's a counselor of things emotional. This could be your role, saying your best way on working with the situation is to try to be understanding, compassionate, and come from maybe a semi-objective point of view as, a benevolent personality. Ultimately, we're also moving on to the Eight of Cups, which says self-elimination. And so the meaning of that is, like, the Eight of Cups sometimes expresses the idea that maybe people do change direction and move towards something else. And maybe the implication is that they're leaving something behind that they don't really need anymore or want anymore, and they're moving on. So is that Lisa? Is that possibly where you would be going? Then the final card is the Ten of Wands, Ten of Roses. It's a shoulder to cry on. So, Johnny, a lot of times the Ten of Wands represents the sense of feeling burdened or feeling like we have obligations or we have things to do before we can do other things. And it sort of is a feeling of righteousness with knowing we have to do that, but at the same time, maybe a sense of resignation or sadness that it maybe takes us out of other things. Following up with that is our Lenormands, which are the Stork and the Sun. And I think what this is saying is the Stork is about new things happening, new projects beginning. The Sun informs that, and the Sun is about bringing light into the equation, bringing hope, bringing knowledge. So I think it's saying that really as we learn and evolve through the situation, you may realize that possibly both of you need to move on, or certainly that seems to have an idea there. Either it may begin again, but maybe it's more likely that one or the other you will feel like you really need to, move on. That's what I see.
Wow. Okay. So, I look at these, Johnny, and I definitely think Lisa is moving on. The key for me is the Eight of Cups here. She's moving on to something she finds more fulfilling. I'm not sure if this is relating to where she's at now, where you are at, or where she's at about the previous relationship. But she feels that the relationship burdened her in some way, or provided her with things that she just felt like it dragged her down. And this is no reflection on you. It's how, the individual feels. And they felt they needed to find their love elsewhere. The King of Cups here, I almost feel this is you. I really feel you want this back. I just feel like this is talking about you. But you're being, I do also feel, being that this is the King card, Johnny, that you are realistic. You look at things in a realistic way, and you'll know, that maybe she has moved on, and that, it's time to unburden yourself of the waiting, the waiting, seeing. And I'll tell you why, because you did ask, well, or will there be a new love in my life in July or August? I won't answer exactly that question, but I'll tell you this. Success will come to you when you open up to new experiences, opening the door to new experiences, new beginnings in your life. That's what I was seeing here, and that's why when I saw that second part of the question, I said, well, I think I have sort of an answer to that here. Because this is saying, I think you have to set your sights on something new. And, just because you do that, that doesn't mean you throw Lisa to the curb. You can always keep that door slightly open, but you release yourself of the burden of waiting. Because your heart is ready for love again. And I feel it here will come through something new.
And it may be that Lisa has not moved on to anybody else, but might eventually, or maybe is moving on just to something else.
Right.
Concentrating on her career, concentrating on other things. But I think it all stands, and thanks for being so patient. You were. And we wish you the best of luck. We hope to see you again.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Well, she's not with anyone now, but she's on a journey. The Eight of Cups says she's on a journey of some sort. Whether she's doing a lot of soul searching, internal work, whether she's actually seeking a new partner or a new direction in her life. And that's what I see right now anyway with the way these cards have fallen. But good luck with that. All right.
And so that means Mr. Maurice is up, and they have asked.
The future looks bright, Johnny, though, so keep hope alive. Not just with, obviously, I'm not saying totally for Lisa, but, keep a door open to new experiences now. All right.
And Mr. Maurice wants to know about the next 2 months.
Is it financial or just general?
Just in the current job. What's going on in the current job in the next?
Okay.
Good night to you, Johnny.
Let's see. Have a good night, Johnny. Grab these. All right.
And just a reminder that, of course, Banshee Show, which is about material matters, the Material Matters show is on Sundays at 10 a.m. It's a pre-recorded show, usually recorded on Friday or Saturday, looking at that week ahead. And we are there along with most of our tarot tribe every Sunday, sipping our beverage of choice, discussing the reading, and whatever else we think is important to discuss.
The weather.
The weather, etc. And we have a lot of fun there.
The coffee and how good it is.
So that's Happy Hour Saturdays at 10 a.m. and Material Matters also at 10 a.m.
Did I have the Lenormand from you? I did.
You did.
Jeez. Got the Nine of Cups reversed. But we got the Ten of Wands reversed, and I'd rather see that one reversed. And then we have the Three of Cups reversed. Oh, goodness. What do you have? Lighten this up.
Scythe.
Ah!
I know, and Sun.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Well,
she says okay, she likes that one.
Sun brings up everything, but there may be a little caveat there. There's definitely some caveats here, Mr. M. It's not going to be, the next 2 months are not going to be exactly what you had hoped for. If I could say that. The Nine of Cups is reversed, and that's usually the wish card. And the Three of Cups is usually a card of celebration when it's not reversed. So I feel here like there's nothing super to celebrate in the next 2 months. But one thing that seems to stand out to me is you will feel a little less burdened. You know, if something has been weighing on you on the job, if something has been really making you feel down or dragging you down, oppressive work conditions, some of that may lighten up, you know. But I feel here that, you know, overall, you're not very happy.
Well, I wonder if it's an inadvertent wish or sort of like not an anti-wish, but sort of like a wish plus minus kind of thing. And here's why, Mr. Maurice, because I sort of feel like this is saying Nine of Cups also means maybe you're not getting your way, your wish, what you would like to happen, or the feeling that, you know, the enjoyment level, how you feel satisfaction, enjoyment, emotional pleasures from your job, just not doing it for you, okay? But there is the sense of being released of a burden or feeling like something's better. And I know in the past you mentioned that you like sort of the solitary aspects of your job. You're on the route and you're not in an office, things like that. So I'm wondering that even if things aren't going exactly where you want, you still have that sense of that kind of freedom you have there, that sense of isolation. And I say that mostly because that's what the Three of Cups means to me too, is sort of like that sort of break in the social connection, so that even if you're not necessarily around people or things that would make you feel better, you're not necessarily around the others that don't make you feel better. So it's just a point to consider.
And even if you don't feel like things are going completely your way, I feel here that don't let it affect your happiness, your joy. You know, I do sense here the problem is the scythe is cutting towards the sun, and so that indicates to me that there's a little bit more. You know, there are things that are really trying to break your spirit. You know, and don't allow that to happen.
You know, in a way, it sort of enhances what we've said about that, the reverse Nine of Cups. And so this 2 months will just be harder on you, maybe emotionally, in terms of how you feel, where prospects may or may not be going in that job or in your related searches.
But in some ways, I do feel you're going to find that certain aspects of your work are going to be at least a little bit less stressful. It's weird.
Yeah.
We've got a real mixed bag here.
Something relieves maybe something that's very chore-worthy in your mind.
But, you know, it's not everything it's cracked up to be. Clearly, you desire more, okay? And until you get that, you know, maybe there's a sense of a lack of satisfaction and a lack of, you know, celebrating.
I don't know why you don't see it, but I see it. Hi, Mr. O and Banshee. What does the card see for me in the next 2 months of my current job? So that was about a good scroll up.
Up, she saw it.
There you go. Well, I know we hired you for something.
Oh, I'm going to do with him.
Better? No, that's what you do without me.
By the way, Ms. Violet Lotus, you have a birthday coming up. Don't think I don't know this. And so, of course, you're going to get a birthday reading when it's that time. And you never know what else. Got to keep...
And I caught that, Kara. Sonny the orange turkey. He looks like a full cooked turkey laying there. Well, you're right.
Well, Mr. M, yeah, I don't
You're
know what to
welcome.
say. It's just such an odd reading. I do feel good that the sun is there. I just feel like maybe you want things to be, more improved than they're going to be in the next 2 months. And so it's a little bit of a downer. I just think that the cards to me are just depicting kind of a lackluster period where at least some tensions and stresses might ease a little bit.
Well, I'm wondering too, because we're moving heavily into the tax season too, so there's going to be a lot of mail stuff related to that. Maybe there's some other things that you might know better are big in the mail business's cycle. That makes your regular cycle busier, and maybe that could mean that maybe you might have help. That takes some of those burdens away, like maybe some of your work is dispatched somewhere else, just mostly because it's good for the business to be able to do
wait
that.
a minute, Violet. I gotta ask you, because I was looking at the list above and it says Ramandeep, crazy guy, and then Libra.
The taxman cometh. So, we're arguing over the order?
Oh, she's got Libra first. Okay, thanks, Violet. I didn't see that. Okay. Okay, so
Okay.
we'll do it. Let's do Libra. And then Ramandeep, you're right after, okay? So
Radio. Okay, son.
Libra wants, what do the cards say about me finding an apartment? Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Sounds cool.
Libra's in the process of moving.
Okay, so I'm going to use the uncommon tarot, I think, for this one.
That's all right, Violet. No worries.
Yeah, we're all good here. And don't you worry, Ramandeep, we'll get to you right away. If you do think you need to leave before we can, you can go ahead and write your question, of course. And of course, all of us want you to have a good apartment search and discovery. For all your friends here too, Libra. All right, so let's see what we got.
I'm sorry. So you got some distractions. Hey, we don't need distractions to be distracted here.
We do it pretty well ourselves.
Indeed.
Okay, Libra, your first card is the reversed Ten of Coins. And so I know exactly what that means,
Ah,
I think.
well, this is interesting.
And then you have the Five of Cups. The final one is justice and it's upright. So I'm going to, go ahead and lay that whip from the Lenormand and the tree. And I'll get to those in a moment. To me, my feeling was if there are people who are basically more like family types around you, they're probably not going to be very helpful in this instance. So if you're looking for people who can either help you financially or take up some of the slack for you, I'm not sure I see that coming from family people. It may be able to come from somebody else, but I don't see that coming from that. And I sort of see this also too, the Five of Cups is sort of like, it will really be hard on you and you will feel really like maybe the people who normally you thought would step in and help you are maybe stepping back a little bit or they're not as easy to find. But I do feel that things could work out for you, that prospects would be better. This sort of has a sense, though, of maybe having to work through something more institutional, an agency or thing that works with people who have situations like yours and can help you find resources or actually place you in situations where you could find an apartment. So I'm wondering if that's what that means.
She's going to bed regardless. Well, you know what? I wish I could put this one to bed, but he is, sorta. He's got his cold nose on my arm right now. Oh my gosh. Libra. I wish I had better news. I think it's going to be rough going. If you're looking for money to help you out, it might be hard right now. It's going to cost you to find a place. And, this is just such a difficult time right now. Rents are so high. Everything is crazy. And so you're feeling it. You're feeling kind of down. Don't wallow in that, with whatever resources you have, you got to try to maximize and make the most of it and move forward. I think that's what it's saying here is, also don't wallow in it. Pull up and muster up all the, heart you have, the desire you have to put into this and go for it. Justice indicates here that maybe ultimately you'll get there. But the pressure's on. I really feel it here when I see the tree and the whip together here. I feel as though, the tree sometimes indicates family, home. Obviously, you want a place for your family, yourself, your kids, whoever's involved here, and the pressure is on and you're feeling it. Just try your best to maintain, level-headedness. Keep your emotions as balanced as you can. And, keep things in balance and you might be able to get there. Just recognize, though, that it's not going to be easy to find because conditions aren't really that conducive right now for this.
Well, before when I said that the Ten of Pentacles maybe indicated that there might not be support from family areas or things related to that,
because fits into that.
But when I look in the tree, though, I sort of feel like there are other opportunities, maybe beyond the immediate. There may be something growthful that maybe it's going to be more tangential, not your more immediate family, but maybe there's somebody else, second cousins that you don't deal with often, or other people, and the opportunities that they may be able to provide would have to be worked on swiftly. So this might be a timing matter too, is that the opportunities that could fulfill some of this just are going to be kind of time-based or crucial that you sort of pick up on it as quickly as you can.
I wish you luck, Libra.
We do wish you
we're
luck,
rooting for you. Remember, the tarot's only a snapshot in time. Things may improve. I know right now you're feeling the pressure, but at least, hey, you got the job. Things are starting to look up.
Sure.
So
yeah.
I'm hoping it works out for you because I know you've got, a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Good luck, sweetie.
All right.
And it's Ramandeep. Then Crazy Guy, Kara, and Andrea, and you.
Yep.
Not
How
bad.
does Shubdeep feel about Matt being with me in marriage and these plans? Okay.
Your deck. So I'm assuming that Shubdeep is somebody maybe more in the middle here. Maybe it's your parent or somebody you know, or Matt's parent or somebody Matt knows. Somebody who maybe you consider or they consider themselves somehow a stakeholder or having interest in your and Matt's situation.
It's not an ex, right?
Oh, okay. It's your spirit guide. That's right. I think you talked to us before about that.
Oh.
I seem to remember that.
Okay, thanks for that. That helps us focus more.
Okay. I remember you talking about Shubdeep before. That name was familiar. Well, gee, Crazy Guy 81, I think you have a cool name too. You're honest. Or maybe crazy means something different. I don't know.
We're all crazy a little bit. Come on now.
Yeah, you have mentioned before. Thank you for reminding us.
This card's been coming up a bit.
Oh.
The first card is the Justice card upright.
Mm.
I like that.
You're welcome.
The second card is the Moon card upright.
Wow.
I know. Okay, this one's reversed. You've got all major arcana here. The third one is the Hanged Man reverse.
And I'm not surprised because, of course, as you mentioned, Shubdeep is a spirit guide to you. Now, in the Lenormand, interestingly or not, I have the coffin.
Okay.
and the cross.
I believe it or not, I actually like this combination in this question.
Okay.
Well, it can be bad, it can be good, but it depends how you look at it. I mean, if somebody was asking about somebody's health, I'd be a little concerned. But it's the question, it's the context. And so Shubdeep really feels this could provide some balance, some actually good things in your life, that this could provide some balance, some stability, and that maybe finally you're getting something that you rightfully deserve here, which could be some love and romance. That's what it looks like to me. You know, there's a very good card for that, the moon, but also it could indicate just that this is going to, you know, that there is some deeper connection here, Shubdeep may feel between you and Matt, whether you feel it now or not. And the Hanged Man here reversed, I just feel here that maybe this is just saying that you may have to give up something in this relationship to make it work. Now, I'm not sure what that is, and you might be a little bit unwilling or hesitant to do so.
Well, it could also be, too, that maybe Matt is the one.
Maybe.
That maybe Matt needs to evolve a little bit more.
Maybe.
I think that's possibly more likely. But overall, I think it's really good.
Can I finish it and then you could go ahead? I look at this. This is usually grief, worry, and sorrow. And of course, the coffin is endings and deaths. But if you look at this together, to me it seems like it's saying, Ramadeep, that a period of grief, sorrow, sadness is ending for you now. And that's what Shubdeep is feeling here, that this could be very, very good for you.
Right, so it may be that Shubdeep understands the past, and you know, I sort of get that a little bit from the ideas of justice and the moon, because maybe Shubdeep sits sort of in a sense of being able to see both sides of this equation where the past has brought you to this point. The moon is really, in its own way, about discovering, you know, what's deep inside of us. And of course, it could be about that true core of emotions. I think Shubdeep really feels that these things will happen for you, but you have to be willing, you know, to evolve. And you say it's both of you, so that's honest.
Okay.
And really, it just represents the idea of maybe both of you have, you know, hidden pain in your past or things, you know, that you could resolve and end.
It's a good point, too.
And that Shubdeep certainly feels that.
I think Shubdeep is all in. Thinks this is going to be pretty good for you.
Cool.
So good luck with that, Ramandeep.
All right.
Are we really on, crazy guy? We are.
I'm glad you liked it. I hope you did like it.
Okay, did you post your question earlier, crazy guy? I don't remember.
So if you want, you could post
but
it
you
again.
can go ahead and post your question.
I'm looking to see if you did. No, I just see you complimenting us a lot. You can continue doing that too if you want. No, it's really neat to meet somebody new though, so thanks for coming. Aww.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so I got to keep looking for the question then.
Is it my
What
deck?
does Spirit say about a crush you have? Initial CA. No, it's my deck. Okay, is that the question then? What
does Spirit have to say about their crush? Okay, let's take a look.
I'm going to use the final tarot again, the final rose.
I think we should just keep this as a 3 card, not the, you know. It's about what Spirit says. But
right.
Yeah.
That one?
No, we're not going to do just 3 cards.
Right. Okay, we got you. I'm not sure if we can do that, Banshee. Can we do that?
What?
Ramadeep says something about paying us for another question.
Oh. I don't know, Ramadeep. We're running so tight today. Could you come back Sunday?
Well, we could try to, steer you towards, one of our shop readings, because those are paid for readings too.
Yeah.
Let me concentrate first on the current reading. It would have to be right at the end, and maybe we would let, everybody else leave to do that.
I mean, I appreciate your willingness to pay us. I appreciate that.
Okay. So, Ocean is asking about, or not Ocean, I'm sorry,
Ocean.
Crazy Guy.
Okay.
Sorry, Crazy
Sorry.
Guy. I know it's a big ocean of crazy guys out there, right? What does Spirit say about their crush, whose initials may be CA? See, I remember that. So the first card is 20. That's Judgment.
Yes, it is. Is
The
that
Rose
right?
Ceremony reversed.
Oh, it's reversed.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. But the next one is the Knight of Roses. That's the Knight of Wands, and it says the front runner. And then the third card is the Four of Rings. That's the Four of Pentacles, and it says possessive. Okay, so who is this? Is this you, or is this the possible crush?
Well, we asked about the crush and what Spirit has to say about the crush. So let's try to focus the question that way. Spirit is saying the crush may come off sometimes as being a little bit cold or aloof, maybe, or maybe a little judgmental. That's the Judgment card reversed. But I feel here that they really are possibly moving towards you. As I pull my Lenormand and look at them, let's take a look at this in total. I've got the crossroads here, and I've got the cross and the crossroads.
Is this person a wand, a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius? Because then maybe they are moving towards you, or it is you moving towards them.
I feel here there is movement. And this, I think that they're trying to, what?
No, I'm waiting for you.
Okay. The Four of Pentacles to me is a card of possession or value. Sometimes material, obviously it's a pentacle card, but if you're going to read it in a romance relationship, it could be right now. They're really judging, are you worthy? Are you of value to them, this crush? And are they worth this move towards you? I think they're moving more towards you than not, but they're really wondering, and they're taking a critical look at this, and I think they're worried about their future. Whether this has something to do with you or something else in their life, I'm really sensing here this worry about what they should do. Maybe they can't decide what they want to do.
Well, can't decide what they want to do. That sounds like Pisces that you mentioned. It does. I'm sorry.
Pisces can do that. Yes, it's true.
And I don't see the water elements explicitly in the card, so, that was just a thought. It isn't necessarily true that every single card that indicates a personality, it comes out there. I mean, it could be that, that they have some fire qualities in their chart that make them, at times, a little bit more assertive. But I don't know. I'm not totally seeing that here, but I do see this idea of the critical stance that they may be taking, and maybe the idea... It could be that maybe when they're looking at you, they want to really possess you, but they're not sure if you're that personality, like if you're easy for them to really take hold of. Maybe they feel that you're too casual.
Well, with this Knight of the Knight of Wands here, I feel there's like this interest. I feel like there could be an interest in romance, but they're really assessing now, if it's worth it to them. I hate to say it in those kind of terms, but when you're dealing with a Pentacle card, it's kind of like that. And also here, they are stressing out a little bit about where they need to go in life right now, or with their romance, with you, or with romance in general in love.
It's hard to say that there's another person. I think that's what you're suggesting, that maybe they're more interested in somebody else. I don't exactly see that, but we can't see everything possible.
The only place
I'm looking at the bottom card.
The only place I could possibly see that at is, of course, let me finish.
Go ahead.
With the Crossroads card. Because the Crossroads could indicate, well, should I go with this person or should I go with that person? So that's the possibility here and what they might be stressing. But I really think this is more related to their feelings towards you.
Well, with the idea of whether or not, they were maybe thinking of somebody else or something else was happening, I did look at the bottom card and I got the 5 of Rings, which is the 5 of Pentacles, and it says insecure. And of course, the 5 of Rings is somebody that maybe doesn't feel they can come in from the cold, or they're not sure of their direction, which we sort of saw with the Cross and the Crossroads. So it could just be indicating that they are that type of personality. That kind of goes along better with Pisces in a way. So I'm not sure that it's really a question about somebody else, if that's how I was looking at it.
I feel like it's really interesting here to me because I feel like the cards overall are more positive than negative. The four of Wands, or 4 of Pentacles, I'm sorry, is really a card of possession, obsession with things. So, I would caution you this. Don't move too fast on this. I don't know if they know you are crushing on them, for example, or what the situation totally is, but don't move too fast and allow them to really not feel too, like they have to really stress over this.
Right.
Because I feel like they're feeling stressed right now.
Play to their sense of insecurities and don't put on lots of pressure.
Yeah.
You might have to play a little closer to the vest and see if you wish to invest time in it.
Because otherwise, I think that they may decide to go in another direction. So
Okay.
that's what I would say to that. Kind of a mixed bag for you here, I think. I think that this person could definitely be interested, but take it slow. The Knight of Roses, the Knight of Wands wants to go quickly, and in this situation, it may not work.
All right, that's what we have for you, crazy guy.
I hope you liked it. It was worth staying for.
And
feel free to come back and ask more.
If you're there, Ramen Deep, we do occasionally have our other moderator, our robot moderator, post the PayPal. If you give us any donation, we'll do the extra reading at the end of all the readings. We'll let Violet and everybody else leave, and we'll just stay online with you. But you just use that PayPal link, or I can put it out there again, and you can just give us a donation of any sort.
Okay.
Don't look at me like that.
I am.
All right.
Kara's up, I believe.
Kara's up.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? Yes, Kara. Kara, then Andrea. And then Violet. And then Ramen Deep. Oh, I didn't have for you. Well, now we can do that for that. Mr. O. I want to use cat ones again. I don't know why. Maybe because I have a cat hovering over me the whole show. Ah. You saw that, right?
The way she sort of dipped down there.
He went like this and put his paw up here by my... probably wanting my jewelry.
The
It was not for
love.
love.
You know, it's really freaky because sometimes I wonder if he understands what's going on here or if he just likes to be here because he sort of feels he gets this attention. And I think the camera's sliding too. Like now my head is cut off and it wasn't cut off before.
Yeah, you're right.
He loves you.
Aww. I can barely cut my cards there. All right,
Well,
Kara. What is the
You're
message
probably
from...
right, crazy guy.
What is the message from Odin? It's the Six of Swords, the Six of Sky. Upright. Why is it important? It's the it's the King of Swords, upright, the King of Sky. I don't know why I said
that's
that.
a bit Odin.
And where is this leading? It's the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Earth, reversed. Interesting
The
message
heart
here.
and the whip.
Sounds kinky, doesn't it? Oh, dear. All right. Well, the message from Odin is this, you know. The sky, the Six of Sky is here, and usually a Six of Swords is about a journey. So Odin is telling you it's time to release yourself from situations or conditions in your life that just are not conducive for your growth, you know. It's time for you to leave either troubling people or situations behind and move yourself towards calmer, tranquil seas. And you know, sometimes when I see this card, I think of even internal journeying, Kara. Maybe Odin is saying it's time for you to dive deeper. It's time for you to find more quiet, calm space for yourself, to truly do some meditation, some visualization, and some real inner work. Do you want to take this one card at a time? So
Go ahead.
Oh, well.
I'm sorry, I was catching up somewhere.
So the message from Odin.
Right, I just found that out. What is that?
Six of Swords.
Well, it may say that you have to leave what troubles you behind.
Yeah.
The Sky King is the King of Swords. This would be, you know, the right decision. This would be an informed decision. And that last one was the Seven of Pentacles reversed, which really says once you do this, leaving whatever behind, you are moving towards the idea that Seven of Pentacles, you're going to really produce. You're going to take things that you haven't been working on and really follow through with them.
I thought we were doing this one card at a time, so I'm sorry. But go ahead. I had said, are we doing this one card at a time?
You know, I got up to do some things and I just lost my place.
That's all right.
Okay.
Go ahead. Finish.
So all that time was only you doing this one card?
Yeah.
I see. Okay, well then I'll come back to those and I'll change my mind about them.
So why is this important for Kara? Why is this important? Because, you know, it could put you more at the top of your game. I mean, as far as making appropriate, better decisions for yourself, better choices, you know, and really having more, and also to be able to look at things through different eyes, more objective eyes, I feel here.
It's important because Odin says, you be Odin.
Wow.
Odin says, you be the avatar. You be the person who has that wisdom, makes those decisions, who basically spanks Thor when he's bad and stuff like that.
So where is this heading? We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. And so what this is saying too is, again, maybe to quit doing things that are wasting time and energy and resources, do things that are, that really are better for your growth, potential. Let things go that are just, that's where things are headed. Is Odin wants to see you really let go of the stuff that is depleting your energy, depleting your resources, rather than supporting you.
Well, I don't always feel that the Seven of Pentacles is that. I sort of feel like it's saying that maybe you should just get busier. You should really look at those things that you've been lagging on and really turn it around. And so this is also what Odin is saying, is that if you're Odin, you got a lot of things to do, and you don't wait for the fruit to rot on the vine. You take care of it when you need to.
It's interesting. I see that too, but I really didn't go that way with it, because it could be either. Sometimes with the Seven of Pentacles, we put a lot of work and effort into something and it just doesn't seem to go anywhere. And so decisions have to be made, like that King of Swords here. Decisions and choices have to be made to further your growth and put you on top. Now let's look at the Lenormand in all of this. I feel here that Odin wants you to really be more aggressive. Be more aggressive in your approach to going after what you really desire in life, what you really want in life. And I guess he feels you can do this by leaving some conditions or people behind, or situations that just haven't been very productive. And you could definitely be at the top of your game if you do so.
So with the whip in the heart, I think this is saying really that this is really all about something you really love, but maybe you haven't been encouraged enough or inspired enough to follow it through. And Odin says maybe that time to do that really is now. This isn't just vague advice saying, well, you have to seize the opportunity when I show it to you. That opportunity is now. There's something you should seize. You should crack the whip. It's something you really want.
Vision questing. I like that. Yeah. That's what we have for you. Good luck with that. Wow.
All right. And so now we're on Andrea. And I know Andrea did ask us a question.
Hi, Andrea. I think you did post a question.
There it is. What's your baby daddy's current feelings for you guys getting back together?
Okay.
All right.
It's going to be your deck.
And I'm going to use the one I haven't used yet today, the Tarot of the Ancestral Path Tarot. I was tempting to use one of the other ones, but I'll use this one. Thanks for waiting. Exactly, Kara.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You are welcome.
You're welcome. Sonny is dreaming his welcome to you. And if we don't get a good answer here, we will do a yes or no for Andrea, I think.
So, was this...
Will her baby's father come back to her, or will they get back together? Is there a chance? Okay, so the first card is the Two of Wands reversed. And that's followed by the Prince or Knight of Pentacles reversed. And then the Sun is upright.
Wow.
So the Sun kind of helps us out here.
Well...
The Sun and the Stars. The Ring.
I never like to crush anybody's hopes or dreams, and I never like to get too positive about things either in case they don't come out. But I think we've got a healthy balance here in a way when I look at this. I think it could go, is this Wands, right?
Yeah, it's the two.
I think right now, I'm not sure they have plans on coming back right now. I can see that with the Two of Wands reversed. Now, the Prince of Sacred Circles, which is Pentacles, and that's a page too, right?
No, it's the Knight.
Oh, it's the Knight, which is also reversed. Is like, it seems like they're really moving slowly. They don't want to make any decisions quickly about this, but you know, sometimes that can be a good thing. Maybe they need to really sort things out more, you know, and if they do, they may see the light and come back. And I have some indication of that here with the Lenormand, because the Lenormand has the ring and the star. So, you know, commit yourself right now to hope. I think that there is hope here that this person could return. Obviously, this is a ring, which indicates a bond. You know, that there is hope for a bond to be restored. You know, hope to return. Destiny may be involved here. Fate in some way. Synchronicity. But I just don't think it's immediate. And so I don't want you to put your life on hold for this. Absolutely. But you can, like I told somebody else today, I think this is an indication that you could leave a door open of hope here.
You don't have the timing cards, do you?
Why are we being asked?
Not really. I just thought.
Oh.
But see, I kind of agree with Banshee here. The Two of Wands, they're not really looking at a forward plan right now, and
Yeah.
and that's not necessarily just about you. It may be about a lot of other things. This could be really where they're sort of taking a back step in mastering their life anyway. And I don't know if that's emblematic of that person's personality, because I do sort of feel like maybe there's something stodgy or slow moving. Maybe they're overly cautious. Maybe they're not as confident as they think they should be. But I do feel like maybe the sun helps pull this out. The sun can be a sign of good couples, good relationships, possibly marriage, but certainly hopeful things, information. And maybe it's sort of like saying he saw the light, he sees the light, he will eventually. I agree with Banshee. I think this is saying you can commit yourself to the hope that there is that door that's open, but nothing indicates our time frame, and it would be probably not wise for us to try to do it.
I don't think at this time it's wise to do it. I would suffice to say that, to me, I don't see anything immediate. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen this year.
No, it doesn't look like that.
But I do feel it's not going to happen possibly within a 6-month time frame.
Yeah.
So I think they have a lot to sort out. I think they're very slow, and maybe they're not being very what's the word I want to use? They're not being very disciplined right now. It just seems as though things might be a little haphazard in their lives, and they're keeping their plans open. They're really keeping things open right now. But the sun gives me hope that, there could be joy, there could be marriage, there could be a relationship. I'm hoping that's not with someone else, because I truly feel here this is saying there may be hope for a return.
So that's what it looks like then.
It's what it looks like. It's a little bit mixed, but I think you get the idea here that it's possible. And, like some readings that are more negatory, I really think this is more positive than not, just because of the powerful cards you have here. The sun is upright, the star is upright, is here, the ring. All of this is fostering real positive energy. This, I really feel, is talking about the dad right now, and where they're at. So I wish you luck. I don't know how long you have been parted, but I do hope that, maybe there is a potential here for a return. Good luck with that.
Thanks for the extra information. It's wise of you to sort of read between the lines there.
And it's wise of you to just maybe say, with you. and just throw it out there and see if you can get an answer. I mean, why would you want to make a move if you have no commitment?
It is a really long time you're talking about, though. But it's interesting that you still have communication.
right.
Of course, you do share a child, so I can see that.
Right. And we've seen relationships come back together over a span of time.
Absolutely.
It's not impossible. People change, they grow. Sometimes they grow further apart, and sometimes things bring them back together again. So, good luck with that.
All right, I'm going to check for that ramen deep real quick.
And Violet, you are up. We'll get
Thank
your
you.
question.
Thank you, Ramandeep. Thank you very much for your donation. Yes, we do have it. We do have it.
So just let us do Violet's reading, and then we can tell everybody they can leave, they can stay. But you are the last reading of the night then. So, Violet, go ahead with your... Oh, you did. Whoops. More of the same as usual. The same old... Keep dangling that carrot, right? That's funny.
Thank you, Ramandeep.
Is it my deck? Or
Yes,
yours?
it's your deck.
Okay.
And you're welcome, Andrea. Come back again and tell us more. I like your energy on our show, so thank you.
Thank everybody. We had some nice, great new people here today.
All right, so I'm doing Lenormand.
Yes, you are.
Lately we keep seeing this disturbing commercial that uses a carrot as a proxy for something else. No more will be said.
It's a drug commercial, of course, a pharmaceutical commercial. And it's supposed to help a particular condition.
Are you seeing that too, Kara? Sonny's orange like a carrot, but that's about it. He's bent in a different one.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Yes, I'm sure you can, Violet. Oh, the mood one. Well,
we have the Seven of Wands reversed.
could you show that again?
Oh.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
Seven of Wands reversed. We also have the Three of Wands reversed. And then the Two of Pentacles upright. Oh my gosh. Okay. What do you have? I want to see it.
The mountain and the ship. Let me look at the question again.
Oh man, do I have this one. All right. Well, Violet, they're dangling the carrot. And yeah, you know what? It does seem like same old to me. And why? Because of the Two of Pentacles here. I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that, it doesn't seem like your husband's in as good a position as they make it sound. And maybe they're concerned, perhaps, about losing him, that they keep dangling this carrot, perhaps. I'm just throwing that out there as a possibility. And, oh gosh, what is it?
The Three of Wands.
The Three of Wands. Yeah, and so, see, to me, it just seems like they don't really have a plan. They don't really have a plan for that. And I feel here that maybe they're doing this to kind of, continue moving, hubby to keep moving mountains for them, keep doing the work.
Do you know what ESG is? What is that? ESG? Is that like a new term in the promotion thing?
Topic of promotion. It's probably a position.
So I sort of feel... I wanted to go to those ones first because I strongly feel like they're just trying to keep obstacles in the way, perhaps to some degree, and say you're on this path. We have you on this path, but there'll be steps. I get that with career paths. Steps. And so they're just sort of indicating that they're going to make it hard, I guess, or that's what's really going on, is that they're going to make it hard. They're going to expect a lot more, and maybe hubby can do it,
I really, looking at this card here, it's a card of balance, but I feel like it's stalemate, like things are staying the same, considering the cards that are around it. And
these two really tell the tale, I think, the 7 and the 3 reversed.
But also, I like what you said here, and I almost think here that they are all, they promised this move, but they're always putting obstacles in front of why it can't happen, right? Maybe that's what's going on here. There's always something that's got to happen first, or whatever.
The mountain kind of equates with the 7 of Wands, the idea that they want to still have a struggle there, that it's not clearly moving. It's sort of like always this sort of variable position. It's fungible. And maybe that's also the 2 of Pentacles. It's like, well, it's just kind of a stalemate right now. We can't do it because the legal department doesn't want this, or the financial department. I know how it is when you work for these kind of situations. Your hubby probably
we're
does too.
struggling and we're trying, but also maybe this is also a message for your hubby here to kind of just maintain, just keep things balanced, keep things in perspective, and if it does happen, it happens. But I'm not seeing it right now. I'm not seeing it.
The other thing is that if there was any inclination to maybe go somewhere else, that still holds true there too, that there might be problems or struggles with moving into a different company, a different field, whatever it is. So it sort of seems like there's going to be a maintaining the status quo until something breaks one way or the other. Maybe you'll have to, wiggle the nose for that one. I don't know.
So in other words, I feel here he's not in as good a position as they may want to make him believe. And actually, there may be somebody else he may have to compete with for that. That could be that 7 of Wands too. That 3 to me, though, it's almost as if they're,
Sure.
they're trying to dangle rewards here. But where is the reward, right? Where is it?
I think you get it then. So, to be continued, perhaps.
Yeah. So that's what we got for you. Good luck with that. All right. Well, it's 9:20, and we're going to do Ramen Deep's question. I want to thank everybody who came today. Feel free to wander off if you want, or stay and listen.
Stick around if you want.
We're still live, but we're not going to take any more questions after Ramen Deep.
Right. We will close it down, and so if anyone needs to go, they may. If anyone wants to stay and watch, that's fine. There you are. Okay. That's pretty nuanced question. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to use the final rose for that, since it is a possible relationship considering thing.
Hey, thank you, crazy guy. Take care.
You keep being awesome too. I hope we see you again.
Are you just going to do a yes, no, or should
No, I'm going to do the
need to
3-card reading, and then depending on how vague it is, we may do a little more. You gave us a nice donation. We appreciate that, so we want to make sure we cover this reading for you. Thank you once again. Thank you, Violet. You can just happily tell anybody that shows up, they're over. They're over.
Just say no.
Yep. No, you don't even have to be super polite.
Okay.
All right, Ramen Deep. First card is the Ace of Swords reversed. It says red meat. The next card is the 8 of Cups, self-elimination. The 8 of Cups is the 8 of Flutes in this deck. The Ace of Mirrors is like the Ace of Pentacles or Swords. And then the final card is the Queen of Pentacles, but it's reversed, and it says the single mom. Did you want to lay those?
I have the Garden. And I have the Ring. Again, the Ring has popped up.
My overall feel is that it could be true. I don't know that, but I don't think it's anything that would be detrimental to your relationship. And I do mean that. I'm going to explain why. The Ace of Swords reversed. Maybe there was an overture, but the overture kind of got beat down or denied. Ace of Swords could be endeavors that fail or don't really have any momentum there. The idea of it being red meat, sort of adds to that possibility. The Eight of Cups, self-elimination. I think that could be saying that maybe once again, maybe that's a component of their personality, but I don't feel that's the way they really want to go. It may have been in their past more, perhaps, but I feel they are moving towards something that is what the two of you possibly want together. Okay, I'm hoping that's true. It's just what I feel. And then the final card is that Queen of Pentacles reversed. And I think that maybe for Matt, there are some questions about ambiguities. Maybe Matt wants to please everybody in his life for various reasons, so maybe that's a codependency. But I think ultimately he wants to please himself, and that would be whoever is most closely involved with him, in my opinion. So the idea of maybe the Garden and the Ring could be saying that he may always feel he has this about his personality when he sees that in social situations. And I think he just accepts it as a part of himself, but it doesn't mean he wouldn't necessarily commit to you fully. Sorry, I know it took a long time.
I'm going in a completely different direction from him, Ramandeep. Sorry. So I know you paid for this, but I see something totally different here. And part of it is because of the Ring and the Garden, and I'll get to that later. But let's look at this here. The Ace of Swords reversed, kind of indicates to me that I'm not so sure that they are interested. I guess I'm going to try to look at these all together here. And I almost feel here with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, I don't think they're finding this fulfilling. I think what they're looking for in relationship and attraction is something greater than a sexual attraction. Because right here, with the Eight of Cups upright, I feel like they're looking for something that fulfills them on a deeper level than just sexuality or those type of desires. Has he ever thought of sleeping with a man? I can't rule that out. Or being with a man? I can't rule that out. But I can say here that I don't really feel he's going that way. I feel here he's really looking for what brings him the most love and nurturing and support in his life. When I see the Ring in the Garden, it's interesting to me because, sometimes they talk about the garden as being a wedding ceremony. So I do feel like he's looking for a commitment of some sort, and I mean, it could be that he's still not sure if he's settled on you yet. I mean, I could throw that out there, but I feel like he's definitely looking like committing to someone and getting married. That's what I feel these two are about.
Hi, Spotty, and I'm glad you understand, of course. You didn't even ask, so that's fine. It was nice to see you and say hi. We're working on a reading for somebody.
Yeah, we're running late, but somebody asked for a reading and paid us money for it, so we're doing it.
Blessings to you.
Good to see you, Swathi. hey, come back on Sunday or Saturday. Love to see you at happy hour if you could make it.
Now, Ramandeep, one other thing I wanted to say is that I realize from my own experiences with people, my own knowledge of people and situations, that sometimes people may be bisexual or whatever we want to call that,
Yep.
but it doesn't mean that they are not interested or incapable of having traditional marriages, if you want to call it that, or having committed relationships. That just by a person being bisexual or gay, lesbian, doesn't mean that they don't want to be married to one person and only one person. So I just think that that could be part of their nature, though.
I think, too, that, this could also mean something else to me here. That, in relation to your question, Ramandeep, and what Mr. O just said, is that, I think that Matt is committed to being a little bit more open-minded in his view of romantic relationships and partnerships. But like Mr. O said, people could be that open-minded and still make a commitment to, one sex or the other,
I like what you said there. It may seem, that way. I just think that sometimes people, depending on what culture they grew up in, they may not feel free enough to express those feelings. So maybe sometimes it festers a little bit and it comes out inappropriately. Some people really are normally polycentric, at least. They sort of feel gentleness towards members of their own gender. It's different for men than women. Women obviously have a different kind of thing with that. So
do you want to pull a bottom card?
I do, and then I think maybe we'll resolve this by doing the yes or no too.
I have another possible idea.
Oh, okay. So we got the Two of Flutes, which is the Two of Cups, and it says cheers. And this is often held, Ramandeep, to be the card of a commitment in a relationship. It talks about harmony and trust between people. It really goes along with what we saw here. So once again, I just say, despite any possible ambiguity or somewhat interest in that part of his personality, I think he's very capable of being committed to you, and I certainly hope that's true.
Well, you've got to sort this out too for
Sure.
yourself. If you feel there are any red flags here that would make you feel he would not be sincere or he's not being sincere
Or faithful.
I'm not totally picking this up here. I'm not picking it up here. And especially with the way we asked the question. So do we want to do a yes, no?
Yeah, let's do it.
I think I want to do something else based on Matt, too. So
Okay.
do you mind if I do something with the Lenormand while you do the yes,
Okay.
no?
So we're going to do the yes or no kind of thing. And the idea is it may say this is absolutely true, this is mostly true, this is not very true, or it is not true. Okay, so there are four possibilities there. And we are basically going to ask if, let's go back to the original question.
I'm getting out another Lenormand for this because I need to find a certain card. For what
We
I'm
will
going to
ask
do.
the basic question, is Matt sexually attracted to any guy that he knows? Now, it may say that he is, but it still doesn't change the idea that he may not act on that. It may just be, and I hope you understand that. I mean, I think that happens that, sometimes men or women are attracted to other men or other women, but they keep their marriage intact. They don't cheat on their marriage. I am asking the question, is Matt sexually attracted to a man that he may know? Hi, Lena. Sorry we missed you. And
we can't take any more questions
no,
today.
Violet already told her.
Yeah.
And why we're here so late. It's given me something to think about for, some things.
Well, this went way into overtime, I want you to know. And
Yeah, well, you've done more. 9:45, I remember.
well, we're almost there. Mr. O will complain about me no more. I want to shuffle these a little bit more. You got that meat again.
All right. So here we got it. We got whoops. Oh, it's Justice. I had to think about that one. That's Justice. Major Arcana Justice. One ace, the upright ace of swords, and I think we had that reversed. And then the final card is the reversed King of Swords.
So it's leaning towards no.
It's leaning towards no. So there's always that, like I said, that small possibility or small component of himself that maybe is there, that he may look at a person and mentally undress them with his eyes, but it doesn't mean he's going to cheat or he wouldn't remain faithful. And I don't really think, I think the answer is mostly no. It's, if there is any possibility, it's really very small or not really of consequence. I'm really trying to show that.
Well, I feel as though he's maybe made some he's made some not so great choices in his life for himself at times, maybe relationship wise. And I'm not sure this has anything to do with men, but just in general. And then we have the Eight of...
No, that's Justice. Or Judge. Justice. It's 8. Justice.
Oh, it's Justice?
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was the Eight of Roses when
Nope.
I saw the roses. Okay, so... Well, that's interesting. There is a real dichotomy going on here in that, sometimes he does have problems, making the right decisions for himself. But generally, he's very balanced in his approach to relationships and love. He's rather open, I would say that. So I believe that, if you approach him really... and ask him to be honest with you about this, totally honest with you about this, you may get that answer. I decided to do 4 Lenormand cards with Matt in the middle. This is the card representing Matt. And see what's around him right now. And I see we have the stars here on one side of him and the cross, which is just totally bizarre to me. And I'll get into that in a minute. And
That's
then
cool, Swati.
And then I have the book on the other side of him. And the birds. And, make sure that all I will say about Matt is make sure he truly wants to settle down. Because I almost feel here when I see the birds in the book, there's a social element here and there's learning here. And I almost wonder if what this is saying to me is that he may not be through exploring, relationships and interactions in, his life. And that maybe he's not ready to commit. I'm wondering here, even though I see marriage in his future in the other reading.
So he says those things, but it may be possible that he still sees himself moving towards them at a different pace than you may be moving towards it or think you are.
And with the stars here, I feel as though he's trying to find hope in his life again. He must have been through some bad relationship before or some difficulties, because I almost feel here he's really trying to find hope again in his life after a painful period. So, he might still be a little bit vulnerable and uncertain about himself, even if he does want to commit to you. So make sure he's in the headspace to truly make that commitment,
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think the signs are there too and I'm wondering if Matt is maybe a little bit younger than you, or maybe possibly less adult in certain ways, maybe a little bit more immature. I don't think it's a big thing, but maybe it adds to the idea that he still isn't totally sure, and it might be better if you let him know exactly how you feel, but not put a lot of extra pressure on him. Swathi, I think that is so cool that you dreamt about us. That's so cool. Thank you.
Really? Wow.
And Crazy Guy...
I hope it was a good dream.
Crazy Guy, it just happens that when you show up, we just give a good card reading. It's always going to be a good positive card.
It's a positive message from Spirit. And, if you ever wondered, because you dabble with tarot yourself, if you can read a bad card and give a positive message, yes, you can.
So he is a little younger than you. It's not a whole lot, but you mentioned he has ADHD, which could maybe influence, some of his personality.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
That explains a lot of maybe his vacillations,
Right.
I don't see any harmful things here, Ramandeep, right now, but I do think that maybe his ADHD, whatever, is also causing him issues as far as, making a firm commitment goes. His mind wanders. Maybe other things wander as well. And so you do have a right to be concerned. So, don't move quickly if you feel you shouldn't, I think he's sincere, and considering the last reading we gave you, even your spirit guide thinks that this should be a go, So there's a lot of positive energy here, but if you have doubts, it may be good to just slow it down and try to, make sure everything is the way it should be. I'm not sure I see anything here that's leading me to believe that he's necessarily interested in other men per se, but there is the possibility here he wants to explore some things sexually or maybe just socially,
Or it's just possible that he needs to kind of acclimate to things as he goes along. So I think our feeling is just continue to be supportive and involved with him.
Well, and take things, forward, keep moving things forward. But, I would say that, if you're concerned about signing a legal document, tying yourself to a marriage at this point, then maybe you need to put the brakes on that for a little while till, you're more sure of things. I hope you feel you've got your money worth with that, Ramandeep. That's what we have for you at the moment, and I wish you success with this. I think, considering the other reading we had, there's a lot to look forward to here. Yeah. He seems more sincere than not. And, if he's even alluded to you that there was some kind of, interest in guys, that's something.
It could just also be a result of the ADHD that he doesn't necessarily frame his conversation totally in the way, that people understand what he really means. That's vague as hell, but that's ADHD too in a way, is that he may not say things exactly the way they can most easily be understood. He may not even understand some of the things he says.
I will say this, everybody needs to be on the same page with that in a relationship. There's a lot of people who can feel polyamorous, as they call it, but both people have to say that's okay.
Right.
And if it's not okay, then you need to move on to something else.
Right, then it is cheating.
Yeah. So,
Good luck.
have open, frank dialogue, discussion, and see where it leads you.
Good luck.
I wish you the best.
Thanks, Ramandeep. Really
Thank you
appreciate
so much,
your donation,
Ramandeep.
too. All right, then. And, what a crazy night.
It was. We're done.
We loved it. We really loved the energy everybody has.
We did.
Thank you, Ramandeep. We're a reflection of everybody. Everybody comes to us, and they're pretty amazing, too. And you inspire us to do our best. So, it's just a really good thing, and we appreciate
Hey, we have good
feedback.
days. We have bad days, like
true.
everybody else. And we try to do the best we can, based on what our energy levels are. just how the cards are falling, and that's all we can do. And we're really grateful, to keep increasing our audience like we are, and that we keep moving forward.
We love all this feedback, so thank you so much.
Thank you much. Come and join us on Happy Hour if you will. Get a positive message in life. We all need that once in a while, and we have a great time at Happy Hour. But I will say, Mr. O has to work this Saturday.
So not a lot of overtime.
There won't be a lot of overtime on Saturday. He'll see to that. All right, everybody. Hey, take care. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Swati.